You ready for this?
No. No way. Hey, Mom, I'm here.
The arrival of August Osage County in cinemas is imminent. Based on an award-winning Broadway play, it's the story of a pill-addicted matriarch in Oklahoma, played by Meryl Streep, and the histrionics that ensue when those nearest to her gather for her husband's funeral after he drowned himself. She is acid-tongued and seemingly heartless.
Mom believes women don't grow more attractive with age.
I disagree.
And it's not really a matter of opinion, Karen, dear. You've only just started to prove it yourself.
That's pleasant.
What emerges as the story unfolds is an unsettling portrait of a deeply troubled family. While Meryl Streep as Violet is fully on show in all her glory in this picture, it's also at its heart the story of Barbara, played by Julia Roberts, who's the eldest daughter, who doesn't get along with her mother.
They're called Native Americans, Mom.
Who makes that decision?
It's what they like to be called.
They aren't any more native than me.
In fact, they are.
What's wrong with Indian?
Why can't you just call people what they want to be called?
Julia Roberts sees the relationship between mother and daughter as deeply fractured and damaged.
I don't think Violet has the capability to mother in a warm way. She wasn't raised that way, and so I think it's a bit of an impossibility, but two really strong, really smart women who will never know each other.
The family, as portrayed on screen, they seem in many ways very unhinged and somewhat disturbed in some ways. Do you think that they are, though in many ways, just an extreme version of how a lot of families are?
I think most families have some version of dysfunction, some version of miscommunications that go on too long untended, which I think is a lot of people's problems. But for this family, there's so many very specific circumstances that make them all behave the way they do.
What'd you do to your hair?
I had it straightened.
Why would anybody do that?
Just wanted a change.
You're a pretty girl. You look like a lesbian.
Mom.
The screenplay is crafted by Tracy Letts, who wrote the original Pulitzer Prize-winning August Osage County play. He's strong on depicting family dysfunction.
It's based on true stories from my life. My grandfather committed suicide when I was 10 years old. He drowned himself. My grandmother descended into years of pill addiction, and it had terrific impact in my family. And then the story itself is, it's an amalgam of reality, fiction, imagination.
You ever been married before?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
More than once?
3 times, actually. 3 times before this.
August Osage County appears to be Oscar-bound. Meryl Streep is a favourite to get shortlisted, as is Julia Roberts, who gives what many think is her best performance since she won an Academy Award for playing Erin Brockovich in 2001. For an actress whose breakout role was in a film called Pretty Woman, this was a part where she didn't have to worry about being pretty at all. Do you like the opportunity to play unglamorous in a way?
Well, I really like it when I get a chance to play a character that you can say so much about just by looking at them. But that's always so much of the work done. If you can just look at a person and say, okay, well, just by this glance, I see this and this and this going on.
Among audiences who've seen the film at preview screenings, a debate has emerged over Meryl Streep's performance. Some think we're witnessing a theatrical Meryl Streep on display, not the character she's playing. In fairness to Meryl Streep, the woman she's portraying is very theatrical, so to my mind at least, her approach to the part made sense and worked very well.